Welcome to the 3 greatest lessons I learned in Interpersonal Communication 2206. My name is Zoe Hauser. The first lesson I learned is how we use nonverbal signals. Previous to this course, I knew that we displayed signals to others during conversations, but I did not realize the significance or depth of these signals. When communicating to others face to face, we send many nonverbal signals that show what we really think and feel about the conversation and topic at hand. It surprised me that we use posture as a nonverbal signal. I did not realize that simply the way I was sitting or standing sent a message to those around me. In my own life, I have attempted to improve my posture by reducing my slouching in order to display confidence. I also found it interesting how gestures and facial expressions can send messages. I feel that I have been more conscious of my facial expressions and the facial expressions of those around me. I try to read others' facial expressions now to be more considerate of how they feel. Oculesics is the study of how the eyes can communicate. This is a quote from the textbook Interplay, the Process of Interpersonal Communication. In my personal life, I have started to incorporate eye contact into my conversations to show the other person that I am paying attention to what they are saying. I also did not know that distance was a way that we send nonverbal signals. Upon learning this, I have tried to be more considerate of others' personal space and use distance to show how I feel about the situation. The second lesson I learned is how to be assertive and strive in confidence while doing so. I have learned how to have confidence in my own opinions and beliefs, and how to better share my feelings and thoughts. This can be in front of many people or in one-on-one conversations. Here are 2 pictures of me being confident and assertive. One way I am more assertive is by using I statements. I statements include a behavior, a feeling, and a consequence. I statements help us share our feelings in a way that gets our point across while taking ownership of our feelings. An example of an I statement is, I feel let down when you ask your friends to hang out instead of sticking to the plans we made last night. This shows me that our plans are not as important to you. By using I statements, we can explain to others how we feel, instead of throwing emotion like anger and frustration at them. This ultimately leads to better conversations, better solutions, and a more positive relationship. Another way I have learned to be more confident and assertive is by not always going with the accommodating conflict strategy. The textbook, Interplay, the Process of Interpersonal Communication, says that accommodation occurs when you entirely give in to others rather than asserting your own point of view. When I am more assertive rather than accommodating, I stick up for what I believe in and feel, rather than just letting others win. This might sound bad, because it might sound like I'm trying to win every argument, but that is simply not true. I am instead gaining the confidence to stand up for myself and push the conversation towards a compromise or collaboration, rather than letting everyone else push me into their option. The third lesson I learned is one that I did not learn from the textbook, but instead one that I learned by being in this course. That is the lesson of the consequences of procrastination. Procrastination is when you put off assignments and things that you have to do until the last minute, believing that you will be okay until then. We have had 3 major writing assignments in this course, and each time I have had to learn what the consequences are of procrastinating. I would push off assignments until just a day or 2 before, because each day I thought that I would have plenty of time to complete the assignment. Although I was able to complete the assignments, I had to deal with the consequences of canceling other plans and working through anxiety and stress. I would have major anxiety throughout working on the project because I was afraid that I would not have it done by the due date. This led to stress, which caused me to even feel ill sometimes. The worst part about the consequences of procrastination is that in your anxiety, frustration, and stress, you can lash out at others in ways that you did not mean. I honestly felt really hypocritical when I was learning how to effectively communicate with others, and yet was causing conflict that I did not mean to create. I have instead learned to start my projects earlier, to give myself time to work on them to the best of my ability. In review, the 3 greatest lessons I learned were how we use nonverbal signals to communicate with others, how to be assertive and have confidence while doing so, and what the consequences are of procrastination.